I was born in Puerto Rico, San Lorenzo, and I say that with my heart in my hand. I would like to say I was born in a hospital, but my mom gave birth to me in a parking lot on the way to the hospital. So that being said, my parents found that it was a struggle in Puerto Rico at a very early age, uh, early 80s. So they went ahead and migrated to Chicago when I was 6 months approximately. I was raised in the rough side of Chicago, Illinois, towards Humboldt Park. I grew up in a working environment. Like, we can say we weren't rich, we weren't dirt poor, but we had to struggle. I noticed at that time, at an early age, that if I wanted something, I had to go for it. I had to do me regardless. So I went to high school and I focused and I went all out. And when I say I went all out, while everyone in school was wearing blue jeans and a polo, I was wearing blue Dockers and a button white shirt. I met my wife and I told her from the beginning, this is what I want. This is what we have to do. Life isn't perfect. It's not easy. I can tell you the stories, but we're gonna live through this. You're gonna notice it's not easy. My wife came from a comfortable home. I didn't, so I was trying to paint her that picture. At the age of 17, almost turning 18, I graduated at the age of 17, a little bit younger than others. I was being trained to fight fires. I was being trained to deal with combustibles and a whole bunch of things that wasn't normal for someone at my age that I found. And I was rather skinny, rather small. So again, I was struggling. I noticed that my marriage was starting to take a toll. Luckily, I created a foundation in my marriage. Like I said, my parents weren't perfect, but they told me and they taught me the principles of relationship, of family, of hard work, and they said it was always forever. And that's something I've installed in my marriage. I reached a compromise with my wife. We talked about it and said, you know what, let's join the Air Force. And she's like, here we go again, so you're trying to leave my side. I'm like, no, honey, differently, you're gonna be coming with me, wherever I get stationed, you'll be with me and we'll get through this. I get here, I get separated from my wife. We go to BMT, I go to tech school. I come here, I'm stationed here at Eglin, and I can honestly say it's been a blessing in disguise while I'm here. In disguise, why? Because I'm away from home. Home is Puerto Rico for me, but it's a blessing because I can honestly say, above all struggles that I've gone through, I've been prepared for something that's been so strong. Puerto Rico was hit with a hurricane recently. It was hit with a devastating hurricane that everyone knows. The structure of my home, my family's home, where we grew up, is no longer a home. It's just a house. It's just a house because the structure is still there, but the hurricane destroyed a window, destroyed a second window, destroyed the doors. It wiped out everything and anything inside the house, like it did to the rest of the island. So something that took my dad, my mother, over 50 years of earnings, of hard work, of struggle to obtain, they lost it, they lost everything. But going back to what I said, it's a blessing in disguise. I joined the Air Force. I was able to progress while I'm here, and I was able and blessed to buy a home. At that moment when the hurricane struck, the first thing that came to my mind is like, my family isn't perfect, but they're my family, and I have this home, I have space for them. And they lost everything, so they came to live with me. And it wasn't easy, it was a struggle, not only financially, emotionally, but we got through it. And it got better, right? It got better, like I always say, and like I tend to say, if you fall back, because if you look up, you can get up. That's just something that it's true and it's been proven.